set. We have our guest. So, yep, I'll just introduce this sort of live chat first, and then we can sort of get cracking on this. So, hi again, everyone. This is episode 6 of Quarantine Fitness and Life. So this is a platform I created to sort of help people understand how to get through these quarantine times in terms of their physical fitness. But we'll also talk about other things in terms of like just life in general, so we can all help each other get through these quarantine times, because they're not easy for anyone. And I do have my lovely guest here today, and because it's the first time that she's been on my channel, I'd like to sort of quickly hand over to you to say who you are, where you're from, and what you do, and then we can get cracking.
Okay, my name is Shania Murphy. I'm from Ireland, Sligo, and I am a bodybuilder and I compete in the Bikini division. I'm a qualified personal trainer and security guard, and that's about it.
I didn't actually know about the security guard, but I did see your post of you doing your sort of boxing skills, so all I can say is people shouldn't mess with you whatsoever.
I used to do boxing when I was younger, but then I gave it up and I moved more into bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding, yeah. Well, it seems like you still have your boxing skills right there. But yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, cool. So, yeah, we'll get on to sort of the first sort of, we'll get this cracking. So, I mean, since this is sort of like lockdown situation and people are maybe trying to sort of like get themselves in shape if they're used to training at a gym and may find that hard, I mean, what have you really been trying to do to sort of like keep yourself active during these times?
Yeah, well, when lockdown first happened, I was around 8 weeks into my bikini prep, and obviously that was cancelled. So I was in a kind of weird spot to start training at home because I was training so hard in the gym. But you just got to find workouts that you like doing. And I know on my Instagram I have a step workout, which I like doing. And I posted an ankle weights one today. And they're just little home workouts that you like doing, because you're not going to be able to keep doing them if you don't like doing them. So you need to find something that you like to do. Yeah, and even just walk and stuff. Because I take the dogs on a walk in the morning and just stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty similar in that as well in terms of like my cardio, you know, is just going out for walks. So we're allowed sort of in Scotland to have like sort of like, I think it's one walk a day or something. I don't know how long for. People just say an hour or whatever, but yeah, I just try to get like my steps sort of done during that time to sort of keep myself ticking over. But yeah, and with you actually talking about that you were doing your sort of preparations for your bodybuilding show, I mean, a lot of people right now, they would have maybe had plans for things they want to do in 2020, but this virus has pretty much put a spanner in the works, hasn't it? So with that disappointment that you had for you getting ready for your bodybuilding shows, because I know that you had one that you were going to be doing in Ireland and you were going to be coming over to the UK to do a few more. So how was that disappointment for you, knowing that you couldn't do that? And then how did you really get over that? Because I think that will be useful for people who they've maybe got things that they want to do or looking forward to do, but, you know, plans have sort of went down the wayside.
Yeah. I mean, it was really hard because as a bodybuilder yourself, you know how much hard work and dedication that you have to put in to compete. And then when it's all cancelled, you're just kind of lost. And, you know, I was really unhappy, but then I was just scoffing my face with goodies, and then I just forced myself. I was like, no, come on, I need to get back on track now. I think it's just a mindset kind of thing. You can't be like, oh, like just because I'm not competing, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit around.
Yes.
And you just kind of have to get over that stump. Like, I enjoyed my week of eating whatever I wanted to eat and not tracking my food or anything. But then I was like, I better get back on track because I don't want to just end up fat and lazy. Basically, because that's the way I was going.
But I think that's actually a really good point you made there. I mean, I think a lot of these times people feel that they have to always do the right thing, and if they slip up or feel bad, that's bad to feel that. But the thing is, we've all got emotions in this type of situation. It's hard for everyone. So what we feel, we've got to just let that happen. But then we get to a point going, okay, well, I need to move on from this. And that's what you said. I mean, it could have been very easy for you to sit and eat all the chocolates and all that and just mope around. But then you went, you know what? That's not going to help me out of this situation or in this situation. So let me get it sorted. And you actually carried on with like your YouTube channel as well. So I mean, because you're going to be doing your YouTube channel to document more your prep for your shows, but you've actually now used that to start doing your home workout. So that shows how you can change gears with things, even though you had a plan to do X and Y, but you've now moved on. So I mean, is that something you agree with?
Yeah, I definitely find social media very motivating for myself, because at the start of the week I'll have a list of what workouts I want to post. Like last week I was like, I want to do the step workout, I want to do a no equipment workout for my followers that don't have a home gym or anything. And just knowing that I've already wrote down that I want to post this, like, it just motivates me to do it. So I think social media can be used as a tool that way, especially if you are like a YouTuber or just on Instagram or anything.
Yeah, and what I want to sort of take from that is like what you said there, you've actually planned out what you're doing. Like you said, okay, I'm going to do this workout, I'm going to post it. To me, what that shows that you've actually got sort of structure to your days. Would that be fair in saying?
Definitely, yeah.
And because you've got that structure, that not only does it keep you motivated, but it keeps you accountable. It means that you actually get things done that you say you want done. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely important that you have a structure and you know what you're going to do for the day, because I think that was my problem the first few weeks of quarantine. I didn't have a structure, so I was getting up late, and then some of the days I was actually getting up early to do my walk. But then when you get up too early, you're just hungry throughout the day and you're just tired. You don't want to do anything anyways. So once you actually have, like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do my walk at 9, then I'm going to do whatever. Like, then, like, if you have it wrote down what you're going to do, it's much easier to do it. And that's the same with workouts. If you want to do a workout and you don't have it planned or anything, then you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh, like, I don't have anything ready, so I'm just not arsed doing it. But if you have it written out and all ready to go, and if you have your gym clothes out on your, like, beside your bed, and a list of what you're going to do, and there should be no excuses now about you don't know what to do, because there's so many people posting home workouts, like, so you can just save one of those and have it ready to go for the morning.
Yeah, it's just all about it's all about getting things ready for your day, and also deciding what you want to do that day. I think that's the key thing. And we've all seen here, Shania's actually got structure to her days. Like, she'll wake up, she'll know exactly what she's going to do in the morning, going to do in the afternoon, going to do at night, and then you've got the same. Either you'll do the same thing the next day, or you've got it planned what you do the next day. And I think that's what we need to have here. I mean, people who maybe are working from home or maybe have been furloughed from work, is like, if you don't have the same structure you used to have, then I think that they feel a bit lost, because I think now we have to create our own structure.
Yeah.
And it's only till we do that we can actually start to, like, make a bit more progress, be it in terms of our fitness or any other things that we may sort of want to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a sort of question here, which I think we should actually probably answer. I think it's King. Christina says, I want to lose weight and eat healthy, but I always lose my motivation and self-discipline, so I always ruin my plan. So yeah, this is quite a common one here. So I mean, what would you sort of like say to someone in that situation, especially in quarantine? Because I don't know if this person generally will train at a gym or not, but
yeah. Well, there's a few options. I know one of the options is he or she, I didn't actually see it.
King Christina, so I'm assuming, yes, it's a girl.
Okay, sorry. So she could hire an online trainer, someone that will keep her accountable.
Yeah.
But you mightn't necessarily want to go down that route. You can watch YouTube videos and stuff like that to get workouts that are easy and accessible, that you can just follow along and you don't really have to think about planning or anything. You can, food wise, like, we do have more time to cook whole foods and you can make them nice and you can tailor them to what you like. I think a lot of people make mistakes about you have to eat like chicken breast and rice and asparagus and nothing else when you don't. Like you can do like if it fits your macros kind of diet, which I would recommend because that's very versatile if you like that, or you can have just a food plan if that's easier. What would you suggest?
Well, I think, and this is something from your prep files that you have in your sort of YouTube channel. I mean, I think a lot of people generally think that eating healthy to try and get in shape is like, let's say, your chicken breast and broccoli. But
Yeah,
I think when people saw what you were eating during the prep, I mean, you were having fruit, you're having all sorts of different things there. So it's
yeah.
really,
Like
oh, you go.
for breakfast, I was having my oats, protein,
Yeah.
fruit, and Nutella, and that's like you
Yeah,
cannot
Nutella,
like
yeah,
not
right.
like that. It's lovely.
But the point is, it shows that that can actually be put into what people eat. It's about having sort of good food proportions of things. Would you not
Yeah,
agree? Yeah, and
definitely.
being able
And a
to
lot of
fit in
people
things
think
you
that you
like.
can't. Sorry, go on.
No, and it's about finding things that you like and putting that in. So I mean, is that something you'd agree with?
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people think that you can't eat fats or you can't
Yeah.
ever eat processed food, but you can. You just, for processed food, you want to eat it in small amounts. And for fats, like just go with the good fats like nuts and olive oil and stuff like that. Because that will, I know for my first competition, my bodybuilding competition, I wasn't eating that much fat at all. And it
Hmm.
really affected my mood. And then once your
Exactly.
mood goes, your motivation goes, you don't want to do anything. Like you just want to eat loads of fat because that's your body telling you that you need fat, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you deprive your body of things unnecessarily, it's going to fight you, and that's the
Yeah.
last thing that we want during trying to lose weight, lose body fat.
Hmm.
And fat, for example, the thing about fat is that that is used to help our hormones, is used to keep us warm. So if we
Yeah.
actually have too little of it, and especially if we're trying to like weight train and do exercise, then it's going to make it harder for us to actually stick to any sort of like nutritional plan that we've got. But I suppose what I would really say to King Christina here as well is that you say that you lose motivation and self-discipline, so you always ruin it. So the one thing you need to ask yourself is, why do you want to do this in the first place?
Yeah. That's a really
And the
good point.
reason, yes, and the reason I say this is because if you don't know why you want to do this, I mean, do you even want to do this in the first place? I'm assuming you really do because you're saying you want to lose weight. You've got to ask yourself, why do you want to lose weight? And if it is like a really strong reason, like you want to sort of get in shape because you don't maybe like what you see in the mirror or you want to fit into better clothes, that should be your reason to stick at it because you don't
Yeah.
want to stay in the situation you're in.
Yeah.
And that will be your driver to keep on doing this. If you need then extra help to get this type of structure and to have the right habits and to be able to stick to these habits, then that's where you can get the sort of help of like Shania, myself, or any other sort of coach out there to guide you in that process. But it needs to come from you to go, why do I want this? And once you understand what that is, that will drive you to do this.
Yeah.
You know, because how long is it you've been training for, Shania, in terms of like bodybuilding?
About 4 years since I was 16.
Yeah. So what was it that got you into it, and what do you think has kept you in it?
Well, I have cystic fibrosis and that affects my lungs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a scar on my stomach, which gave me a lot of, like I wasn't too happy with my body when I was a teenager
Mm-hmm.
because I was cautious about my scar and everything. So I just got into the gym to try to look better. That was the only reason, just to
Mm-hmm.
look better. And then once I started like training, I just fell in love with it. And I was like, I feel so much better because you do, after you train, you feel amazing. And like just building muscle or shredding down, it's just an amazing process and you just get addicted to it almost.
So that there, I'm not sure if you're still watching this, King Christine here. That there really shows that you need to understand why you want to do this in the first place. I mean, Shania did it because there was a few maybe self-confidence issues. Would that be fair to say there?
Yeah.
and you didn't want to stay in that. You wanted to better yourself because you wanted to be a confident person, which is now what you've grown to be from going to the gym. So that's what kept you going in the weeks, months, and now years to where you are. So would you say that understanding why you want to do this is actually more important than trying to stick to a certain nutrition path or trying to find the workout? It's actually understand why you want to do this in the first place.
Yeah, 100%. And you can even get a coach or an online coach or an in-person coach. But if you don't have that reason why, you're not going to stick to the plan. You know, you can go and buy your plan and you can listen to your coach. But then if you don't have a strong enough reason why, you're not going to stick to it.
Yeah.
So I agree exactly with what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the first sort of thing. Really ask yourself, even just get a pen and paper, write down, why is it I want to do this? Why is it I really want to do this? And every answer you give yourself, ask why. Because just saying I want to look good isn't enough. You need to go, well, why do you want to look good? Then you will get an answer, then you'll come up with another answer. Then you ask why again until you get to a point you can't say why anymore, then that will be your reason. And that will probably, it might be sort of painful, but it'll be the thing that will make you go, I need to change this now. And that's what's going to help you stick to your nutrition, your training, because you want to change it. So that really is the key there. So another one here from Emily Jane Good. Having a friend to work out with, even when socially distancing, can you help with keeping motivation? What would you say to that one? So it's just, again, I think it's just because someone is used to maybe training at the gym with a friend.
Yeah. Like you could Skype your friend and work out at the same time. You could FaceTime them. I know there's Zoom, but I have no clue how to use that. I don't even know how that works, so I won't get into that. But yeah, like there's loads of social media is great now because even though we can't see anybody, we can still talk to people every day, and you can Skype them, FaceTime them, etc. And you could even, like, if a few of your friends want to do like a workout group, you could make a Facebook group and you could post wee workouts in there and be like, did everyone work out today and everything? Like, there's lots of little things you can do like that.
That is actually a fantastic answer. Stuff I didn't even think about with the Facebook group, but we are now in an age here that, yes, we need to be socially distant, but remember, socially distancing doesn't mean social distancing. It just means physical distancing.
Yeah.
The points that you raised there in terms of like having a Facebook group and posting your work, that then will motivate you because you want to show to the group what you've done, or you'll get ideas of things that you can do, and you can also approach these things. Even it's like you said, you don't know how to use Zoom type thing, but it's like that type of thing you could do. You could Zoom your workouts together and work it together that way. You know, it's like there's so many ways, but again, I think it also then comes back to what we said again with King Christina.
Yeah.
Why do you want to work out in the first place? You shouldn't be deriving your want to work out just because someone else is. Because that's not your why. You're doing it. That's not the right reason to do it. I mean, like for me, I've been training now for almost 20 years. None of my friends pretty much were into training the way that I was.
Yeah.
If I then just went when they wanted to go, I would never be where I am now. Because none of them were that interested in it. So I had to have that desire to want to do it for myself. And my desire came from that I wanted to create the best physique that I could. I mean, it's quite a simple why, but it was enough for me to get up and do it. So you need to understand why you want to do this for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great to have other people there to support you and train with you, but you need to do this for yourself, because as we're seeing right now, not always we're going to have people there physically to help us train, you know, but the points that you raised there were really sort of good, you know, in terms of what you can actually use sort of social media for. But again, do you think, again, it does come down to actually thinking, why do I actually want to do this for myself?
Yeah. So why do you train?
Me? Yeah, I mean, my why has changed so many times now. I mean, before it was, as I said, to just create the best physique that I could, but now my why is to do things like this and to get the message out there to show people that it's actually possible for them to make that sort of physical transformation, but it comes from having a mental transformation.
Yeah.
We all need to believe inside our heads that we can actually do this. But we just need to be shown the way and to change our mindset to understand that once I know what I'm doing, then I can achieve whatever I want. You know, and I think that that's really what this has done for you. I mean, for someone that, you know, you've got cystic fibrosis, but the level that you've done and got to is absolutely incredible. So, I mean, do you see that being involved in physical fitness has like really empowered you in terms of not just like the physique you'll be able to create, but just your mindset and the life choices and what you feel you can achieve?
Yeah, definitely. Like, fitness is, like, if you're not into fitness, you think it's just like you're lifting weights, like you're lifting weights for half an hour a day and you're done and you're all muscly. But really, like, it's your mindset too. Like if you have not gone to the gym and like lifted heavy ass weights and went home, like, you don't know what it feels like to be like so strong. It's a great feeling. And especially like when you're training for ages and you up the weights, like when you have a new PB and stuff like that, it's an amazing feeling. And even not heavy weights, even if you're just doing a wee workout in the back, like, you still feel great. Like, even these wee home workouts I'm doing, obviously I'm not lifting heavy weights because I don't have heavy weights to lift. But you still feel amazing after every workout. And it's definitely helped me grow in my confidence too, because bodybuilding, I would have never ever went anywhere in a bikini, first of all. Yeah, even before my first bodybuilding competition, we went, my family and I were only like 16. I was only 16, but, or 17, but I still wouldn't have worn a bikini. Like, at that age, like, you should not be self-conscious, but I still wouldn't have worn one. And then I was up on stage in front of a load of people strutting my stuff in a bikini. Like, it's crazy. And that's all just fitness. Like, that's what fitness has done for me. So it's just a powerful thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that and the reason that I think that it does that is because with physical fitness, it's the bridge between other parts of fitness. Because if you say fitness to a lot of people, they generally only think about physical fitness, but you've got your emotional fitness, and you've even got things like your social fitness, religious. You've got all these types of things, but we'll just go with physical, emotional, and social. So you've said it yourself in terms of with physical fitness, going to the gym. When you achieve a goal, so let's say that might be to lose a certain amount of weight, to be able to do a certain amount of reps using a certain amount of exercise weight. When you achieve that, that makes you feel incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So then what does that do? That improves your self-confidence, self-belief, and self-esteem. What are those three things? They're your emotional fitness.
Yeah.
So when you improve your emotional fitness, then that can actually help your social fitness. What is your social fitness? That is how you feel in groups or how you feel with other people. But then with that, when other people see that you are just improving and become better in all aspects, other people maybe will go, whoa, what's Shania doing? What? She's looking great. Then that might actually inspire them to try the same thing, and that's where it becomes that sort of chain reaction of positivity. I mean, is that something that you've seen that fitness can do? I mean, has it happened in terms of your friend circles? Is it just things that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what fitness influencers kind of strive to do, is that if you're posting a workout, you want other people to notice it and try it and just like have the same benefits that you did. So definitely on a lot of workouts I've posted, I've had people saying like, I'm definitely going to try this, or very motivating. And, you know, like, you hope it's not just a comment, but you hope they're going off and actually doing it now and, you know, getting into the fitness lifestyle, because once you start, it's so addictive and it's just great, but you have to start is the thing. And once you start, it does take a while to actually see benefits. So if you're going to the gym for a week, obviously you're not going to see much improvement, but you just can't give up. You have to just push back, like keep pushing past that, and, you know, then you'll have the benefits.
Yeah, I think it just really comes down to the fact that this is more of, it's not even a race. And I think this is why people find it hard, because they just want to sprint to the finish line, don't they?
Yeah.
but you can't sprint to the finish line if you're running a marathon, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you'll burn out long before you reach the finish line, yeah? But the problem actually with physical fitness is it's actually not a race. Or it is a race, but it's a race that doesn't have a finish line.
No, and we're all in different races. You can't compare your journey to someone else's.
Exactly. And I think this is where people sort of like go wrong with this. So they might look at other people and see that they are achieving a certain result or whatever, but then you've got to ask, well, how long has that person been doing this for?
Yeah.
What training have they done before? That. Yeah.
Like,
what training
all
have
of
they
us
done
do
before?
that at one point.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking through social media and you see, even I do it, if you see a girl in a bikini, you're like, damn, like, why can't I look like that? But then you have to remind yourself, like, we're two different people. Like, she does something, I do something else. Like, you don't have to look like anybody to be pretty, like, you know. And I'm sure guys do that too. You look at some other guys' abs and you're like, damn, like, I wish I had those. But you just can't compare yourself to other people because you're all on a separate journey. And you can only judge by your process and your progress.
And that's where it comes back to what we sort of said before. This is why we as individuals need to understand what is it we want out of this? Why do we want this?
Yeah.
And that's why it means that we can stick to our own journey. And that's why it's called a fitness journey, I suppose, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's been really sort of good stuff there. But guys, any of you guys watching, any sort of questions you've got in terms of fitness that we've sort of had before, or just any other sort of issues in terms of like how this lockdown is affecting you in terms of fitness or other things, put them down. We'll be happy to sort of chat through these because this is for you guys as well, you know. So what sort of things about pre-lockdown life are you sort of missing at the moment? This can be fitness-wise and just lifestyle-wise as well.
Well, I am missing the gym. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm missing the gym. Because as well as working out, you have the atmosphere of the gym. Like, everybody's pumped, everybody's working out, and it's just so motivating in itself. And I'm missing restaurants.
Yep.
I'm a big foodie and I love eating out, and obviously I haven't been able to do that in many weeks. And I'm obviously missing my friends and my boyfriend, obviously, because we don't live together, so that's been tough. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So food, boyfriend, and gym.
Yep, and all those things are completely fair enough. So I mean, and then I suppose that begs the question. So what is it that then you're sort of doing to try and really cope with these things? Because I mean, we're in this situation that a lot of people, we're having a lot of our sort of civil liberties sort of restricted for a very good reason, of course, you know, and there's a deadly virus going on. So what type of things have you been doing mentally or whatever to try and cope with this situation so you can still actually progress in whatever sort of goals that you have?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely keeping busy anyways, and I have my routine that I do every day. So I usually get up and I start with around a 6k walk. I know you're only meant to go 2k, but it's in country roads, so it doesn't really count. And then I come home, and then I probably do my workout, and I'll probably record a workout a few times a week. Well, that's what I'm trying to do anyways. And then I do some farm work because, you know, we just finished slamming season, so it's still busy enough, but it's quieting down now. But no harm, because it gives me something to do, and you're not really focusing on the negatives going on if you're busy. And then I would edit a video for social media because I do want to grow my social media. And then I kind of just relax then for the evening.
And what I want to draw from that, and I think it really is a key thing that people need to think about, is in general what you said there. I mean, you're keeping yourself busy.
Yeah.
You know, so and because you're doing it, that's stopping you from actually thinking about the things that you say that you're missing.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you're just sitting around all day and you're watching like the news and you're looking at Facebook and you're seeing how many people are dying and how like tragic everything is, you're gonna get depressed. Like, you're gonna sit there and get sad, and you just can't do that. You have to keep busy, and you just have to keep yourself. Well, exercising is good too because that makes you happy, and just you have to keep doing positive things, not sitting around feeling sorry for yourself and feeling sad, because that's not going to do you any good.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree in it. And that's why it's a case of keeping busy, and focusing on, again, it's almost like what we talked about physical fitness, like finding your why. Find your why right now of your day. What is the purpose of your day? What do you want to actually achieve today?
Yeah, like it doesn't actually just have to be in fitness. It's like, what do you want to do in general? Like, do you want to write a blog? Do you want to write a book?
Yeah.
Do you want to even just something simple as you want to watch a movie? Just figure out what you want to do for the day and then do it.
And it really, I think, just should really stem through from what do you enjoy? What do you want to get out of the day? You know?
Yeah.
And if you even say, like, at the end of the day, you're going to give yourself something that you really enjoy, even if that's some ice cream, you know, because like maybe the exercise at the beginning, then that's fine, because we need to have that balance here, you know. We need to enjoy our days, and I think that's what it comes down to. We just need to have a purpose for our day. If that needs to come from what is it that we actually want to achieve from it. So that's the thing with you. I mean, you're into your exercise, you make sure that happens as a priority, you get that happen. But then you've said that then you do your lambing, but then at night you just sort of chill because you've done what you need to do. You know, you've de-stressed your mind.
I do think people on social media, some of them anyways, are really like, it's okay, you can relax, you don't have to be busy all the time, you know, because on social media a lot of people are like, you know, keep on hustling, you know, just because we're on quarantine, like I'm still keeping busy and all this. Like, it's okay to relax. We're all stuck at home all day. You don't have to be go you can relax, you can stay in bed for one day if you want and watch movies. Like, that's not going to do anybody any harm. You're going to just relax and enjoy the day, and then the next day you just get up and be productive. It's okay to relax, you know, because I know I get the feeling reading some people's posts, like you're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, like I'm keeping grinding over here, and it just gives the wrong message. Like, you can be productive, but it's okay to relax too.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's the thing. At the end of the day, we're human beings, and human beings weren't designed to work 24/7. We'll put it this way. If we said to everyone, right, we want you to work like the whole month, so let's say 30 days solid and you don't get a day off, I don't think many people will be able to last.
No.
You know, which is why we're usually all quite grateful for weekends or whatever, or days off. So then that's the same thing here, so we don't need to be consistently on it, again, unless you want to do that. So it does come back to, what is it that you want to do? Do you feel like you're tired, you need to rest and relax, and that's going to de-stress you? Then do that.
Yeah, like if you want to work all the time, then go ahead. Like, there's no problem with that. But just don't make people feel bad for having a day off and doing nothing, you know?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. So, I mean, what type of things are you actually enjoying about lockdown? Maybe even things that you're actually surprised that you actually enjoy about this situation? Because I think there's a lot of like negative stuff in terms of people going, all the things I missed, blah, blah, blah. But what things have come out of lockdown that have sort of surprised you?
Yeah, well, I'm actually really enjoying my walks in the morning, because it's a route that I've never done before, and it's just beautiful. It's like a backcountry road, so I know I'm not going to meet anybody, so that's good too. And I take the puppies with me. I take the puppies with me, and like, there's a wee horse that always comes over and says hi to us. It doesn't actually say hi, but she comes over, and I love watching the puppy's reaction to her and everything. And then we see like baby calves and everything, and it's just a lovely walk. Like, I just stop and look at the animals for ages, and it's just lovely. And especially if you go early, because the sky is beautiful too, and it's just lovely. And I've never done that route before, so I wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for lockdown. So that's something I'm enjoying, and the puppies enjoy it too, so that makes me enjoy it. And I'm enjoying spending time with them too. I'm enjoying reading too. I just finished my Harry Potter book, the last one, and I do like reading, so that's good. And I don't always get the time to, so I'm enjoying being outside more. Yeah, like, there's a few things that I am enjoying.
Yeah, so things I'm really getting there is that you're just enjoying actually just being in nature. So the thing is that's the thing that's quite funny, is that we're in lockdown, but you're actually able to enjoy nature more.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, it sounds crazy how that can be the case, but it is because we're not rushing to go to a coffee shop, see friends here, work there, do that. We're actually when we're going out, we're actually going out for an actual purpose. And a lot of it is, well, yes, it might be to go shopping, but other times it's just for that sort of release and to be outside and just appreciate the nature, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's
You
very
just have to
important for our
appreciate the
mental
little
state.
things, yeah.
Yeah. Because you find it really helps, like, just de-stress you as well, just actually just having that walk.
Yeah, because sometimes like I'd wake up grumpy because before the puppies go on the walk, you have to put leads on them, and they jump up and scrape you, and then I'm like, I don't even want to take you for a walk. But then once you start off on the walk and you're looking at the animals and stuff, like it's just so relaxing. And by the time you get home, you're in such a good mood, and you're just ready to tackle the day.
Yeah, yeah. And you also said there that it's giving you time to do things that you generally don't have time for, which is like to read your books and things like this.
Yeah.
I think really it's that sort of situation of, because a lot of people say, oh, that they get bored during lockdown or whatever, but then again, it comes down to, well, have you thought about what it is that you want to do? I mean, when people work in the gym say, I don't have time to do X and Y, well, now you have that time.
Yeah.
And you've like used it there
you have
saying
to use that time. Yeah.
And you've used it there saying like you're reading like sort of your books there, and like now you're sort of editing your videos. I mean,
yeah.
We've just got to think, what is it that we actually want to do? What have we said we wanted to do? This is the time to sort of follow up on that, you know? Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm actually really enjoying filming my workouts and editing them and stuff and posting them because I get a good response to them. And I obviously wouldn't have time to film a home workout every day if we were working and busy and stuff, so that's good too. And yeah, I think it's important, your mindset. If your mindset is going to be bad and you're not going to enjoy anything you do if you're already in that kind of mindset. But once you get out of that and you're saying, look, like I'm stuck at home, you're not getting out anywhere, so you may as well do something you like to do, and you may as well find something you like to do. And it doesn't have to be exercise related. It can be, like I said, read a book or that series on Netflix that you haven't got around to. Like, you can enjoy little things like that. It doesn't have to be all productive. It can be just fun little things, or play with your dogs, or play with your kids, something like that, you know?
Yeah. And I think that it comes down to a phrase that I really like to say, and it really works in this situation here, is that we need to stop focusing on things that we can't control, but start focusing on things that we can control.
Yeah.
So if we just start to look at the things that, okay, well, there's a virus going around here, we're in lockdown, we can't go out, can't do X and Y. If that's all that we focus on, then it's not a surprise that makes us just feel like, what's the point in anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to make you feel terrible and scared and anxious. And that's just not good for your body anyways. So you want to think of happy stuff, do happy stuff, you know, take your mind off things.
Yeah, and if we then sort of focus on things, okay, what is it I can do? I mean, maybe I might exercise, maybe, okay, I've wanted to learn another language, or let me try that, or wanted to learn how to play the guitar, let me do that, or I just want to just like get through this series of a Netflix thing that I've not been. Do these things, and these things will take and detract away from all the negative stuff that's going on in the world to the degree that you'll even forget that you're doing it.
Yeah.
This is why I even do these sort of live chats. I mean, I completely forget what's going on because I'm so busy doing all this type of stuff on social media and chatting to people like yourself. You know, it's just like we can still really do things that make us sort of like productive or happy or still engage with other people the same way. It's just we're not seeing people physically. So, I mean, it's all sort of, we've still got that opportunity there, and we're lucky that this type of thing didn't happen, let's say, 10 years ago when we didn't have this level of technology.
Yeah,
how bad would that have been?
Yeah. Because then you wouldn't be able to see anybody, and you wouldn't be able to, you'd probably call them on the old, like, house phone type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that would have, you know, that wouldn't have been great because then you couldn't see them at all. So, that's sort of really good there. So, in terms of like, because this type of situation is going to last a long time, unfortunately, it seems. So, have you really thought about what you would want to do sort of afterwards, or is it just really a case of, are you just really focusing on what can I just do now and I'll just take each day as it comes type thing? Or like, how are you sort of approaching that?
Yeah, well, I do have things I want to do after, but like it all depends on when this finishes, really. Like, even if there is competitions this year, I'm probably not going to do them because it's like I want to do a big competition, and I would have liked to be gaining, like have a nice gaining phase before shredding down. And obviously, like I can't really do that at home. Like I have no weights. I'm just doing body weight exercises. I'm just kind of exercising to keep healthy right now. And I know I'm doing a close protection course to become a bodyguard after this, but I just don't know when yet. Yeah. And I'm really excited about it. See, I had my year all planned out, and then this happened. And I was going to compete in Ireland, compete in the UK, then do my course, then go on holidays. But, you just have to roll with the punches. So I'm definitely going to do that after this. But as for competing, it will probably be next year. Because I do want to bring like my best package yet, and I'm not going to do that if I don't have a nice bulking phase before shredding down. That's kind of all my plans for the future yet, and we just kind of have to see how things go.
Yeah. But I think that really just hopefully will show people that watch this year that we've all got sort of like plans and things that are going to be on hold here, but if we just focus on the fact that we can't do these things, then we're just going to make things even harder for ourselves, because we're focused on something that we can't control. But even in that situation, there's little things we can do. I mean, you want to do that that bodyguard sort of course. I mean, I bet there's still things that you can sort of do in the background just to sort of know more about it and things like that right now, know? So it's like, there's always things that we can do. Like, even if it's someone that wants to go abroad, somebody can still do more research on things in that area, so when you do get the chance to go, you even know more about the place, you can even learn the language a bit more, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I wanted to go on a holiday this year, and now, like, when I get bored, I'm just looking up holidays to see where I want to go and stuff, so I'm just looking forward to it, and it's a nice feeling too, because eventually we're going to get over this, and you're eventually going to go, but now you just have more time to look forward to it, and more time to plan it, and more time to save money for it, so there's you've got to look at the bright side of things, or like you're just going to get sad.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a really sort of positive message, that this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
The only thing we need to do is just keep safe, so we're there on the other side when it's all over. So, but the thing is that this isn't going to last forever, so we can do things that are just going to help us when this is done. So when we can go on the holidays, go to the restaurants, go to the gym, at least we're prepared. Because I think that as much as we've said that we don't need to be productive every single day. We don't, but I think we all should be able to do something by the end of this that we couldn't have done at the start of it, because we've got a lot of us have got all this time. We should sort of use this sort of wisely. Like for me, I suppose doing these lives is one thing. I mean, that I restarted, so it's not necessarily a new skill, but putting these onto YouTube and doing the YouTube thing, that's new to me. So that's what I've actually been learning about during this sort of like quarantine time. So because that's something that I wanted to sort of grow as well. So, and now I've got a bit more time to focus on that. So again, it comes back down to what is it that you actually want? What are you passionate about? Is it fitness? Great. Is it not? Great as well. What is that thing?
Yeah.
What can you do now to sort of build on that? I mean, is that something you agree with?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as long as you have something that you want to do. And I totally agree with you. You want a new skill when you come out of this. I mean, I need to learn for my, need to study for my theory test for driving. So that's something I want to be ready for when this is over. And, like, as long as you have something that you enjoy doing, then I think you're going to get through this okay, and you're going to be mentally okay too. Like, because mental health is super important now, especially for people living alone, because you don't have anybody in the house with you, So you've just got to, and if you know people living alone too, you should definitely check in with them, like even your grannies or granddads, like just give them a call, because that means so much to them, and it really splits up their day. And you'll actually enjoy it too, because, you're not talking to people much, so you'll actually enjoy a phone call to someone else. So even little things like that, I would suggest doing.
No, I 100% agree with that because, and again, it goes back to the sort of thing where I said like how fitness is not just a physical, but it's a sort of the mental side of it as well. You know,
Yeah.
and us as humans, we are sort of like social creatures. So I think this is why a lot of people are finding this hard. I mean, yes, it's great that we can sort of like do sort of Skype things or WhatsApp chats or whatever. We can do these things, but a lot of people are sort of maybe missing that sort of human sort of person-to-person contact. So that's why it really is
Yeah.
a case of just, you know, realizing that this isn't going to last forever and just knowing that we just need to try to come together sort of as that community and just keep this sort of like social platform thing happening, if it's even through Instagram, Facebook, you know, have your WhatsApp chats with your friends, have a sort of like Facebook fitness group like you suggested before, which I think is a great idea, you know. It's just doing all these things to still be connected to people, you know?
Yeah.
Because yes, we can't physically see maybe everyone that we want, but we can still keep in touch with everyone. I think that's the key thing here. I mean, is that something you agree with?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think it's super important to keep in touch with people and make sure everybody's doing okay. And you feel good when you've talked to your friend, and you know, if they're a good friend, you'll probably have a laugh with them and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and even that will just make you feel better.
Yeah.
So little
And
things like that, even just texting them or anything.
I think you've actually raised a really great point there. If we are at a stage that we aren't feeling great about things, then we actually just should be picking up the phone or going on a Skype chat with a friend, you know. Because,
Yeah.
surprise, surprise, what would you have done when lockdown wasn't here? You probably would have went over to that friend to speak to them anyway. So,
Yeah.
so we can still do the same thing here. I think it's just that because people have had their lives changed in so many ways, it can make them forget how to think the way they normally would, you know?
Yeah.
But we're still in
Yeah,
that
like it's
situation.
something, if you're upset or you're not feeling good, like you should talk it out even with your mum or your friend or
Yeah.
anybody. It just feels good to talk and tell them what's wrong, tell them why you're feeling sad. And then once you're finished talking about it, you'll probably feel better already. And they might offer some helpful advice and so on, you know. So just talk it out.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, this definitely is the sort of like situation and times that we all need to sort of be honest with, sort of like how we feel about certain things, you know, because
Yeah.
the more we try to bottle things up, the more it's just going to make us feel even worse, especially in this situation because we're stuck at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the more that we can just have these sort of honest conversations, be it with the people who that we are living with, or just getting it out with like a trusted friend or whatever. I mean, I think that's a real key thing to sort of getting through this sort of quarantine situation, you know. So I mean,
Yeah.
is that something that you've even done yourself? I mean, because I imagine you're talking to like your sort of your partner, like, you know, as often as you can, because obviously you can't just go over and see them.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're texting the whole time, and yeah, like if something annoys me or something, I'm straight on the phone. I'm like, oh, if someone, or even if something simple like all the Rice Krispies are gone, I'm like, babe, like that's what just happened to me. And just little things like that, and do you know, like things like that actually. Do you know, if you're having a bad day, and it mightn't seem like a big deal, but do you know, like you fall over in the morning or something, you hit your head, and then you go downstairs, there's no Rice Krispies, and then you go outside and it's raining or something, like
Yeah.
you get very annoyed. And as soon as you call someone and tell them the situation, and you're kind of saying out loud, you're like, why am I even mad about that? And you feel better already.
Yeah, that's the power of talking things out, you know, or
Yeah.
maybe the person you spoke to, like, going, that's actually quite funny, that's all happened, then you start to maybe see the funny side of things. So,
Yeah.
I just think that this type of situation can make people just feel sort of like very wound up with things.
Mm-hmm.
So even the little small things like that, like let's
Yeah.
say you're walking down the stairs and you like stub your toe on something, you're like, you know, it's just like you just feel everything's going wrong. But
Yeah.
it just goes back to something you said, that it's like we just got to we do have to look at the bright side of things. We've just got to just focus on just
Yeah.
what is it that we want sort of out of this situation. What are we looking forward to? and just work on those things that are going to help make that happen. That's within our control. I think that's just really the key thing here. I mean, because like you've said that your focus is to, you know, be able to compete next year. So you're keeping yourself as fit and active as you can. Can you do this sort of like building phase to sort of improve your sort of like physique for stage for next year? Maybe not so much, but you can make sure that you at least maintain what you have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's something that's very important for you.
Yeah, and I can make sure I'm staying healthy, so next year, or later this year when I go back to the gym, I'm not having to do this extra work just to be able to stay healthy and stuff. And obviously my appointments and everything have been cancelled, so obviously when I go back to the hospital, I don't want my lung function to be so bad and everything, so I'm just working out to stay healthy and stay fit, you know. So like all things like that you have to think of. Yeah, you do have to think of the future too. Like if you're sitting around doing nothing, and even people going to secondary school and college, if you're sitting around doing nothing and you go back to secondary school or college, like you're not going to be able to focus for long periods of time. So you need to keep your habits, really.
And I think that's really the sort of key thing with this here. I think this is the period of time that we need to be focusing on actually having habits that are going to lead to us to be able to do things we want to do. So yes, a lot of us may have sort of like let's say nutritional habits, because I think that's actually quite a good one, because like people might say that, okay, lockdowns happened, you know, I can't get to gym, I can't exercise, what's the point in eating well? What would you sort of say to that?
What's the point in keeping your nutritional habits?
Yeah, because they think, oh well, the gyms are shut, you know, I won't be able to keep in shape anyway, so what's the point of me eating well? What would you sort of say? Because a lot of people have that type of maybe attitude.
Yeah,
so what would you sort of say to that?
Yeah, and sometimes I have that mentality too, I won't lie, but then you have to give yourself a kick and be like, okay. But no, I think like there is like a serious illness going around that like can be fatal. So I think we do forget that sometimes, and like even on social media, people are exercising and stuff. But you have to think you're exercising and you're eating healthy. So if you get this virus, that you can overcome it. Like you need to make sure you're getting your vitamins, your micronutrients, etc., just to stay healthy. Because if you're eating rubbish all day, and if you're not eating enough, your body's already compromised. And if you do get the virus, like your body's already stressed and compromised. So like it's going to be harder on you. So really, you have to think of those things when you're eating. Like if you're especially some ladies, when the good weather comes, we want to look a bit skinny. So we drop our calories to like a stupid low amount. And, you know, like you can't afford that right now. Like you need to keep yourself strong. You need to keep yourself healthy. It's not about abs or a six pack right now. It's about you keeping yourself healthy and ready for this virus if you unfortunately get it, like. Yeah. So I think it's important to keep up your nutritional habits just to stay healthy right now at this horrible time.
Yeah, no, I completely 100% agree. I mean, right now, more than any time, should be the main time that we should be focusing on our health and nutrition. It really shouldn't be the case of, oh well, the gyms are shut, or what's the point in anything? I'll just sit and just move around and just eat whatever I want, you know.
Yeah.
As we said before, yes, there's times that if you just want to sit and indulge yourself, that's completely fine. But in the end of the day, if we keep on doing that, it's going to depress ourselves. One, because we're eating junk, and then that makes us feel worse. We look worse, and then the spiral goes again, because then you eat because you feel worse, and you can't again get out of it, you know. So that's why it's important to keep the right habits to help you feel better, look better, be healthier, and that in itself will help us sort of like want to take on the day better, you know, because if we're happy inside as well as outside, then life does feel a lot better than if we're sitting in our PJs, piling on the pounds, and having this sort of like ice cream stains all over, you know. I mean, one day maybe that might just be funny, but most days we probably might not like the look of that, you know.
Yeah. I know what I do. I try to eat healthy like 6 days a week, and then on the 7th day I have my wee cheat day, and I might have a fry for breakfast, and I might have some sweets and Pringles, and I don't think I'm doing any harm by doing that. I'm just kind of rewarding myself for being healthy during the week and doing my workouts and stuff. And I think that's a good thing though, because then I can be looking forward to like my Pringles or whatever on that day, and that's a good motivator in itself. Because if you're eating Pringles every day, you're not going to appreciate them. You're just going to be like, yep, just chuck them in. But if you save them for one day, then if you save them for that specific day, you're going to be looking forward to it. It's like going out to a restaurant once a week or something. You're going to be looking forward to it. Yeah, exactly. And you can organize a movie or something to go along with it. I know me and my family do have movie nights and stuff, and like that's always fun. So just little things like that,
Yeah, I think that's a really good sort of like point to sort of raise there, that it's all about having that balance,
Yeah.
Have things to look forward to, but just do things that are actually going to like keep you healthy and keep your mind healthy as well, in the sense of what is it that you want to do. If you keep yourself stimulated and keep yourself busy, you keep your body healthy, you're going to find this sort of period actually a lot more easier than if you just kind of ate what you wanted, didn't have any structure to your day, because then you're just going to always focus on the negative things because there's nothing else that you're focusing on.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, so that's, I think that's really, I mean, the stuff that you've really brought out today, I mean, I'm pretty sure that will really sort of like help people, So I think we're sort of coming up to sort of the last 3 minutes of this, because we only have sort of an hour on these lives before they sort of kick you off. But no, I just want to sort of like thank you for being episode 6 of Quarantine Fitness and Life.
Thank you for asking me.
No, definitely, because we've chatted before, sort of like on the sort of messengers things. I just thought you'd be a sort of like a really good guest, and you've really sort of proven that and given us some really good insights here. And I really hope that this sort of gets over, so you can sort of like get back to your sort of like bulking phase, so you can get yourself ready for these shows, get your driving sort of like lessons done, and also important that bodyguard sort of course as well. I think that's brilliant.
I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yeah. No, so that's really good stuff there. So, yep. Just want to thank Shania again there. So I'd urge you guys to give Shania a follow at Girly Gains on Instagram, and also she's got her own YouTube channel, Shania Murphy. So give her a follow and subscribe to that as well. But yep, so that'll be the end of this live chat here. If you're watching this sort of on Instagram and you've just joined, you'll be able to click on my Instagram stories and watch the replay of this when this is over, so you can sort of like catch up on all the sort of good stuff that we said there. And I'm pretty sure that there'll be a lot of points here that will sort of like help you through this sort of like challenging time. But until next time, I'll see you guys later on the next one. But thanks again, Shania, for that, and I'll catch up with you soon though. Okay, cheers for that. Right.
Bye.